Welcome back to the Badass Broadcast, where we burn through the bullshit and step into our unstoppable power. I'm your host and favorite fire starter, the Queen Lady T, master mindset coach, spiritual self-love mentor, energy healer, and unapologetic truth teller for soul-led women who are done playing small. We are here in season 2 and at the start of a brand new series I call Soft Girl Medicine. Now, don't get it twisted. Soft doesn't mean weak. This series is all about the healing we avoid, the gentle, gritty, gut-level truths that crack us open and put us back together on purpose. So let's begin with the one we all struggle with at some point, forgiveness. Let's get into it.
Broadcast. It's your time. Step into the spotlight. Let yourself shine.
So I want to talk about a recent experience I had. I was sitting here working and the Wi-Fi cut out. And in any other season of my life, that would have just been annoying. But this time it sent my entire nervous system into a full body panic. Not because I needed to be online, but because the internet bill hadn't been paid. And why hadn't the internet bill been paid? Because I spent the internet bill money to pay the light bill. And the reason I needed to spend the internet money to pay the light bill was because that was the one bill, the one thing that my ex-husband was still responsible for, which, by the way, is only half of the agreed amount of our parenting plan. The only thing he had to do for his 5 children is to pay the light bill. But once again, it became my problem. And so in that moment, I felt the rage rise. All the forgiveness I thought I had given him, gone, evaporated like steam. And it hit me like a download straight from source. We don't struggle with forgiveness because of what happened to us. We struggle because of what's still happening in us. See, here's what I realized in that moment. You're not stuck on the memory of the betrayal. You're stuck in the aftershocks. The bills that still show up in your name, the consequences that keep hitting your door, the emotional weight you still carry from someone else's mess. And as long as your body feels unsafe in those things, as long as your nervous system is on high alert, forgiveness will not come. Because your system is still screaming, the threat isn't over. This is the part nobody talks about. Forgiveness isn't a mindset. It's not just a spiritual principle. It's a nervous system response. Your body has to believe the war is over before you can lay your weapons down. And when spiritual coaches shout, just forgive, but you're still cleaning up the damage, you're not failing. You're not toxic. You're still surviving. So if your chest tightens when their name comes up, if your hands shake when the same pattern repeats, if your breath catches when you think about what they left behind, that doesn't make you broken. It makes you human. And just to be clear, forgiveness doesn't mean giving access. You can forgive someone and still keep them out of your space, out of your mind, out of your energy field. You don't even have to tell them you forgive them. Forgiveness is about your freedom, not their comfort. It's about reclaiming your peace without handing back the keys to your boundaries. So what do we do instead? We start with the body. We create space where the nervous system can feel again. We breathe deeper. We rest more. We ask ourselves, what do I need right now to feel held and not haunted? And then, once the body begins to unclench, once the heart doesn't feel under siege, that's when forgiveness rises. Not from pressure, not from pretending we're okay, but from actual, grounded peace. And here's a hard truth I had to learn. Because listen, I've been the first to say, if you want to heal and move on, you got to forgive. And a lot of times that forgiveness, it starts with yourself. And I still agree with that wholeheartedly. But here's what I've learned the hard way. You can't forgive yourself. You can't forgive anybody when your nervous system is still in chaos. Before forgiveness can even become an option, you have to feel safe. You have to find the calm. You have to get out of the fire long enough to breathe. Because no, forgiveness isn't about them. It's never been about them. It's for you. It's for your peace, for your healing. But here's the truth that no one talks about, that no one tells you when they're screaming, just forgive, do it for you, don't drink the poison. Most of the time, the reason you can't seem to forgive them is often because you haven't forgiven yourself. And the reason you can't forgive yourself is because your nervous system is still screaming. How did I let this happen? Why didn't I leave sooner? Why did I stay? Why wasn't I smarter, stronger, more awake? Why didn't I tell somebody? That's the loop that keeps you in fight mode. That's what keeps the pain cycling in your body. But baby, that spiral isn't truth. It's trauma. And none of those questions help you heal. They just keep you stuck in the fire, trying to answer for something that was never your fault to begin with. So before we even talk about forgiveness, we have to get you to a place where you can finally breathe, where you feel steady, where your nervous system believes, I'm safe now. Only then can forgiveness rise. All right, babe, before we wrap up, I want to invite you to come back into your body for just a moment. Let's take a pause together. Let your nervous system know that the threat is not here. You're safe now. You're safe here. Now take a deep breath with me. In through your nose. Let your belly rise. Hold it at the top. Now slowly exhale through your mouth like you're releasing all the weight you've been holding. Now let's do this 2 more times. Just like that. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. One more time. Inhale peace. Hold. Exhale everything that's not yours to carry. Now I want you to breathe with these words. Let them land in your body like medicine. Repeat after me silently or aloud. I am allowed to feel everything I feel. I do not have to rush my healing. My body is wise. My boundaries are sacred. I forgive myself for surviving the best way I knew how. I am safe to soften. I am safe to rise. I am not behind. I am becoming. Forgiveness will come when I no longer need it to free me. because I am already free. You don't have to do it all today. You just have to breathe. That's enough. Let's keep going together. If this episode stirred something deep in you, if you're ready to start forgiving yourself but don't know where to begin, I created something just for this moment. It's a 12-minute Reiki-infused meditation for self-forgiveness. And baby, this is more than just a meditation. It's a guided ritual for soul deep release. With Reiki energy healing, powerful visualization, and a spirit animal encounter. You'll journey through the tender terrain of self-blame, betrayal, and old wounds, and start coming home to yourself. It's emotional, it's visual, it's deeply validating. And it's available now in my Buy Me a Coffee shop. So go grab it, press play, and give yourself the compassion you've always deserved. The link is below, or you can go to buymeacoffee.com/thequeenladyt and look for the sacred self-forgiveness ritual meditation. Let this be your sacred return to inner peace. Now, while I will never promote back or justify holding a grudge, I do want to say this. If you're sitting with rage today, if you're still carrying grief that won't release, if you've been beating yourself up for not getting over it yet, let this be your reminder. You don't have to forgive before you're ready. You don't have to rise before you feel safe. And you sure as hell don't have to perform healing for anyone's timeline but your own. This is your permission slip to be real, especially with yourself. To be in process, to let your softness be sacred. Because when you heal from power and not pressure, forgiveness stops being a demand and starts becoming a choice. Be sure to share this episode with another badass woman who needs this medicine today. And don't forget, I'll be back next week with another dose of Soft Girl Medicine, right here on the Badass Broadcast. Until then, remember, Love Bug, you are an unstoppable badass, worthy of everything your heart desires. Let's get it.
Feel the flame breaking the rules, rewriting the game.
Want to keep this momentum going? Join the Elevated Soul Tribe, my free Facebook community where bold souls rise together. Book your badass breakthrough session, a free 30-minute call to uncover what's been holding you back and shift the hell out of it. Love what you're hearing? Make a donation to support the show and help me keep these badass episodes coming. And hey, don't forget to like, rate, review, and share this with someone who needs a little extra badassery in their life. You are the magic. You are the movement. And baby, we are just getting started. I'll catch you next week on the Badass Broadcast.
It's your time, step into the spotlight, let yourself shine.